Jaisudhan is actually holding 9+ years of work experience into IT industry, focusing on performance testing and engineering with excellent work experience of end-to-end processes and its methodology. And Anil hold around 13 years of experience into information technology and expertise in performance testing, performance engineering, software products, and delivering the required applications in a very systematic way. So Jaisudhan and Anil would be speaking on the Splunk integration for a futuristic NFT in DevOps culture. To know more about them, requesting everyone to please visit their LinkedIn profile, or also they can visit GT Result Testing Alliance websites, and you can find more information about the speakers. So I'll stop my sharing and I'll over to you, Jaisudhan and Anil.
Thanks for the nice introduction, Dave. It's our pleasure to be part of ITGTR 2020 finals, and we are happy and excited to be part of this wonderful conference. Let's get into the topic. Our topic is the Splunk integration for futuristic NFT in DevOps culture. As the name suggests, how we are going to utilize Splunk for various monitoring solutions in NFT to produce any software product in DevOps model in a fast-paced manner. So we will be covering various interesting topics as I have put across here. So what are the challenges without real-time monitoring? Why it is important? How to enable NFT in DevOps culture, and the overview of Splunk and its needs. Also, how we have integrated Splunk into CI/CD cluster for NFT and various integration techniques and monitoring solution, and obviously the benefits. So these are the key topics which we would be covering as part of this presentation. Let's get into each and every topics in detail.
Hey Jay, could you please start with the full screen mode? There is a presentation button on the right side. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, good.
Is it fine now? Yeah. Okay, so what are the challenges we may face without real-time monitoring? I can name a few significant challenges because any complex IT system data to visualize and interpret for making any decision making would be complex without any monitoring. Also extracting, parsing, and indexing and correlating those data from various data sources going to be tedious and time consuming if you don't have any real-time monitoring in place. Also, it's hard to find, trace, and fix all those issues in real time are going to be the challenging one as always. Also, if you want to find everything and fix them in a short span of time, it's going to be again difficult in agile life cycle. So these are the significant challenges if you don't have real-time monitoring in place. So why monitoring is important? Why it is key for any IT organization or any software product in production? Because monitoring your entire IT system, it's significant. That can certify your ideal performance and improves business continuity. Because it's crucial, because the issues are always not immediately apparent, but it is having tendency to build over time, which would impact your organization heavily, also your product heavily. Because it's a vital key driver for improving any performance in your production, so that it becomes mandatory one mandatory one to implement a highly proactive monitoring, so that all your systems and network and infrastructures activities under control, so that you will have the informed decision across your IT landscape. So there are a number of key outcomes which you can take out of real-time monitoring. Those would be you will have full control over your IT resources and the infrastructure. Also, you will have informed key decision making. It will increase your savings and profits. Also, you will have increased productivity and enhanced service availability. So these are the key outcomes which you will get out of monitoring. As we know, DevOps culture, it's a process of putting all the teams together and creating any software product in a short span of time. Also, it provides numerous benefits as we have put across here. It will gives you a shorter development life cycle, reduced deployment failures. Also, it identifies improved communication and collaboration across your teams. It increases the efficiency and the productivity of your team and as well as your software products. Also, you will have reduced costs and IT headcount. And finally, it will gives you the faster time to market of your software product. But here we have in the process of DevOps cycle, we have continuous testing and monitoring. Basically, implementing or enabling end-to-end performance testing going to be a challenging and questionable one because the end-to-end performance testing lifecycle, it's always lengthy process in any software product testing lifecycle. But how we are going to enable in a short span of time in DevOps culture is going to be the challenging one, as I mentioned earlier, because we just don't want to find the issue and highlight the issue. Simply test them and find the issues and highlight them. Also, we just wanted to isolate those issues and help the key stakeholders or developers to fix them in a short span of time so that any software product can be performance efficient before it's going live. So monitoring is the key parameter where we can have end-to-end efficient performance testing for identifying and fixing all these issues in the DevOps model. So here, that's why we have here introducing Splunk as a monitoring solution, because we believe Splunk acts as a catalyst in DevOps culture. You can do various deep dive analysis in a customized way, rather than just pulling out default metrics from any other industry marketing leading APM tools or monitoring tools. So let's get into Splunk as high level and why it is needed for NFT in DevOps culture. So as I said, Splunk is a software and it's a common platform where it allows anyone to track and analyze any of your machine data or your system. In real time. It captures the data and monitors the data. Also, you can write your own Splunk queries and make any analysis out of it on the data which is captured in the Splunk. So there are various features which we can take out of Splunk, and those would be: you will have end-to-end application insight, you will have monitoring of key business metrics and performance indicator. Also, it allows us to analyze and monitor the infrastructure in real time. Also, it will allows you to analyze your errors, trace and troubleshoot any failures in real time. You can search and investigate a specific result so that you can do deep dive analysis to find out the root cause analysis of particular issues. Also, you can create a custom dashboard to visualize all of your results from all from your non-functional testing, and you can export them for any further proceedings. Also, you can save your search and make it run based on the schedule or in the real time, and get the alerts and the emails trickles to your stakeholders so that everyone will get informed about your key metrics as soon as if anything goes beyond the threshold. So these are the various key features which we can leverage out of Splunk for NFT. So why it is needed actually in DevOps culture for NFT? It's needed because all machine generated data is going to be difficult to interrupt and visualize. So that's why it's needed. It's needed to enable real-time infrastructure monitoring. You can monitor any of your operating system or infrastructure logs and counters using Splunk. Also, it's needed to keep track of all your NFT jobs in your DevOps platform, where you will have a number of jobs, but you want to monitor, keep track of each and everything about the status and everything. You can do that as well. Also, it's needed for end-to-end visualization of your Jenkins platform or any other CI/CD platform to keep track of all the master and slave nodes and all of their activities. Also, it's needed to oversee any key business metrics with the features of Splunk alerting and email system for making any important business critical operational intelligence stuff. And finally, it's needed. You can create efficient performance summary out of it. You can feed all your raw results from across any performance testing tools and create performance summary dashboard. So these are the a number of reasons which why we need Splunk in DevOps culture for NFT. So this is our solution framework, how we are going to utilize Splunk in CI/CD cluster or DevOps model. As you can see the diagram here, as soon as your codes are deployed into NFT environment, your NFT job gets triggered based on the time or based on the condition set up in the previous jobs. So it's up to the users of the team based on the requirement to set up the jobs to trigger. So as soon as gets start trigger, the load or traffic getting into your application or infrastructure, which is being monitored already by the forwarder. When I say forwarder, it's one of the Splunk components where it will get installed in all your source system to monitor all of your application or infrastructure activities and forward all those logs to Splunk indexer. So Splunk indexer is nothing but it will receive the data from the forwarder and it will extract, pause, and index all of it and stores into Splunk index server so that the user can log into Splunk platform and they use the search head UI to write their own query to create a number of analysis and dashboard uh, to make sure you are not missing anything and to identify all the issues in real time in short span of time. So if you can see here, we have put across various solution monitoring for NFT, which we will be discussing in detail in the upcoming slides. But as soon as your test gets finished, the solution also gets triggered an email to the stakeholders with the reports from both your performance testing tools as well as the Splunk. Also, as soon as your test gets completed based on the test time frame, you can pull out a deep dive analysis report from here. So these are the high level overview of our solution framework architecture. So this is how we are going to implement out of this paper. So I'll let my co-speaker to cover the rest of the content to see how various data can be integrated into Splunk and what are the monitoring solutions we have put across as part of this paper. Over to you, Anil.
Thank you very much, Jay. So I guess I need to take the I need to share my screen because I don't have an option to take your control. All right, I'm sharing my screen now. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, Anil, you can maximize your screen.
All right.
Slideshow.
Yeah, not slideshow, the slideshow.
Yeah, Anil.
All right, so I'm going to discuss about the integration techniques that we use in Splunk. So basically, there are predominantly three integration techniques when we use Splunk. The first one is upload. So when we have a logs file available to analyze for a particular system which we need to monitor, or probably not monitor, probably we need to analyze. So we can pull those log files and upload those in the Splunk GUI and analyze it based on what business requirement we need. So that is one which is upload, and the second is monitor, which is nothing but if I have Splunk in my machine which we need to monitor. Say for example, I have I mean, I'm having Splunk in my one of my server which I need to monitor, so I can monitor that server directory files and query and get the business analysis reports out of it. So that is a monitor, and the third is a forward, like Jay mentioned earlier. We have the forwarder, which is the agents, working from distributed systems, which forwards that to the indexer, and that indexes the data, and we pull the information. So forward is the one which is used in most of the systems, most of the distributed systems, and is widely used method when it comes to Splunk integration. We have also Splunk have a lot many features is what I'm describing here, right? So like any other production monitoring tools, we can set the alerting mechanism as well in Splunk, where if the CPU, say for example, goes beyond 90 percentage, or an SLA response time breaches, etc. So we can set that alerting systems in Splunk. Response time analysis, like in most of the performance testing tools, if you need to analyze the response time, the average or the minimum or maximum, or the count or whatever it is, the 90th percentile. So like whatever we get in a performance testing tool, sort of we can customize that and have dashboard from Splunk, so we can view that results from Splunk. So infrastructure monitoring, like Jay have described before, we can analyze n number of systems using Splunk, right? So if we have a huge an infrastructure, an infrastructure estate for our particular client or project or organization, we can monitor that whole infrastructure by configuring the Splunk. We can also Splunk also have the luxury of integrating with different APM tools. Say for example, I have an APM tool which is widely used in my organization, and it has some specific features which we need to use in the Splunk reporting. Then we can have the plugins and integrate that APM with Splunk, so that we can have those specific features from the Splunk report while we are reporting it. Splunk also have the luxury of integrating with any of the virtualization tools or the Jenkins. So like say for example, like the virtualization tool CLISA, we can integrate Splunk with that and view the reports from there. So say for example, my organization uses a mock service, which is very much required to analyze, report, and see the trend of usage or blah blah blah. We can definitely make use of Splunk to integrate with that particular virtualization tool and find have it in our analysis. We can also integrate Jenkins with Splunk. So if we need to analyze n number of jobs which runs in the Jenkins for our particular organization, we can have those jobs monitored as well with the help of Splunk. So those are the various integration techniques, and the various in the luxury of various integration openings that we have when we use the Splunk. So I'm talking about we have pretty much covered most of the benefits of Splunk, but in a crisp manner, we are going to summarize what benefits that Splunk can bring in by integrating it with our whole environment, right? So one is visualize, like we have discussed earlier. We have a centralized dashboard where we can see the trend of the test reports and we can analyze those. Live monitoring, like we have discussed earlier, again, if you have multiple infrastructures, we can monitor those in terms of the usage, or in terms of errors, or in terms of sessions, or in terms of processing times, or virtual services, or whatever it is. We have that luxury with Splunk. When we talk about business, we can have Splunk to take faster, like Jay have discussed earlier, right? Faster the market is a key for any organization. So business decisions are very much helpful to foster the market. So we can take those business decisions by analyzing the reports and the data that we get from Splunk. Dashboards, we can customize and configure what sort of dashboard we require for that particular business. So say for example, whatever it is, we can customize it based on the business need, and we can have those dashboards from Splunk. KPI monitoring, if a business need is to monitor the KPIs specifically and take the business decisions, then we have that option also in Splunk, so that we can monitor those KPIs and take that to our report, or taking business decisions, etc. So that's all from our end. Over to you guys if you have any questions.
Thank you so much, both of you. Like, it was a very enlightening session for us. So if you can just allow me to share my screen, you can stop screen sharing. We'll go through the questions if we have anything.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. So I'll just share my screen and we'll go through the sessions. Okay, so here we go. First question is, which notification plugins can be configured apart from email?
I guess we have only email option. Maybe we may get more features in the upcoming Splunk releases.
Okay.
And that is the only option which we have explored so far. So we are not 100% sure about the other, but yeah, probably at the moment we do have only that.
Okay. Thank you. So another question we have from Aditya is, how easy is to integrate Splunk with Jenkins? Can we use it for non-NFT data analysis too?
Yeah, obviously, as long as Splunk is a common platform, right, where it helps you to analyze any logs from any system or machines, as long as you feed your data into your Splunk. So based on your events receipts out of your logs, you can write your own Splunk queries and analyze your logs. So it can be integrated with any sort of platforms or systems, as long as you feed your data, or sometimes you may need to install some plugins out of it to support both Jenkins and Splunk together.
Okay. Cool, thank you. And the last question we have again from Rasika is, in case of error or warning, do we provide any kind of solutions for data workloads?
Probably it totally depends on what sort of errors we are seeing. So errors can be different type of errors, right? So if it is data errors, we have to analyze it, further and give suggestions based on that. So definitely we can make use of the tool and analyze what sort of errors that it gives, from where the errors are coming, and based on that we can give those suggestions. If it is a data error, of course we can give the errors, the data which doesn't have those errors. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So I guess we have covered up all the questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for the opportunity.